Sometimes the traffic you need to troubleshoot is on a switch that your monitoring device is not connected to. This is where Remote Switched Port Analyzer, R-SPAN, can help. Instead of moving devices around, R-SPAN lets you view traffic from another switch, so you can use a laptop running Wireshark on one switch to monitor traffic on another. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll show you how to configure R-SPAN via the Graphical User Interface, GUI, on a Catalyst 1300 switch next. With R-SPAN, traffic from a source port or VLAN on one switch is copied and carried across the network to another switch. This traffic travels through a dedicated R-SPAN VLAN. This VLAN is reserved only for mirrored traffic and is not used for normal network communication. R-SPAN usually includes three types of switches: the source switch, where the traffic begins, one or more intermediate switches that forward the mirrored traffic, and the destination switch, where the analyzer is connected. The R-SPAN VLAN must be created on every switch involved in the path. MAC address learning is disabled on this VLAN by design, which prevents it from interfering with normal network traffic. I'll walk through an example next. Here's a look at the typology. Switch 1 is the source switch. It has an IP phone connected to one port and a PC connected to another. Switch 2 is the destination switch. It has a connected laptop running Wireshark. In this simple setup, there are no intermediate switches. Start with switch 1, the source switch. This is where the traffic you want to monitor originates. Go into advanced mode. You need to create a VLAN on all switches involved before you can configure the R-SPAN sessions. This VLAN must use the same VLAN number everywhere and must be marked as an R-SPAN VLAN. I have already created VLAN 7 for mine. To mark it for R-SPAN, navigate to Status and Statistics, SPAN and R-SPAN, and then R-SPAN VLAN. From the drop-down list, I selected VLAN 7. This tells the switch that VLAN 7 will be used only to carry mirrored traffic. Next, exclude the R-SPAN VLAN from the trunk links between switches. This is required on Catalyst 1300 switches for R-SPAN to work correctly. Still on switch 1, go to the SPAN and R-SPAN section and configure the session. The session number is important. Make sure you use the same session ID for both the source and destination. Configure the destination first. Go to Session Destination and click Add. Select the session ID, set the destination type to Remote VLAN, and select the reflector port. You'll notice that network traffic is enabled by default. This setting cannot be turned off, which is expected. Next, you'll configure the session source. Go to Session Sources and click Add. Select the same session ID you used for the destination. If the destination is already configured, you will see the reflector port listed for that session. For this example, I'll select VLAN 2 as the source. If you choose an interface instead of a VLAN, you can decide whether to mirror received traffic, transmitted traffic, or both. With that, the source switch configuration is complete. Now, move to the destination switch. Just like before, go into advanced mode. Create the same VLAN and mark it as R-SPAN VLAN, using the same steps you followed on switch 1. In my case, that's VLAN 7. Next, configure the R-SPAN session. For this destination, select the same session ID. Set the destination type to local interface. Choose the port where the computer running Wireshark is connected. Be sure to enable network traffic. This allows normal traffic to pass on the port. Without this, the port would only receive mirrored traffic. Now configure the source. Match the session ID again. Set the source type to Remote VLAN. This tells the switch to listen to the mirrored traffic coming from the R-SPAN VLAN. If you are using intermediate switches, the configuration is very similar. If this were an intermediate switch, the destination would instead be set to Remote VLAN 7. Once these steps are complete, you can start Wireshark on the laptop connected to switch 2. You should now see traffic that originated on switch 1, specifically from VLAN 2, captured on the destination switch. This confirms that R-SPAN is working correctly. And there you have it. R-SPAN now provides an easy way to troubleshoot and monitor traffic without interrupting everyday work. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.